What's up, guys? And thank you so much for tuning into this video. Now, I wanted to go over a few updates. It is the day before New Year's, so I just want to tell everybody Happy New Year's, and I hope that you guys really go into this new year with a bang. I'm just coming from taking a few days off, and I know that there's some people waiting on readings. I'm a few days late with some of you, but I just want you guys to understand there's never really a time that I could kind of make a break for myself. I constantly, on a daily basis, have requests coming in. So if I go by the readings that I get or the requests that I get, I'll literally never take a break. So it's something that I kind of just have to force. Okay, so I took like 4 to 5 days off. And I know that it put me behind on readings, but there's no other way. It's just something that I have to force for myself. So for those of you that are still waiting on readings, just thank you so much for your patience. Know that I am getting them out. And, anytime I'm late on a reading, I hook you guys up in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so no worries. I got you. But thank you guys for all the support that you have given me throughout this year. I started my channel in April, and it has been such an incredible journey. I've learned so much about myself in taking this path with tarot, and I've learned a lot about other signs that I just didn't understand before. And, I really urge people, especially those, because we always have that one particular sign that leaves a bad taste in our mouth, right? So if you guys feel that you have that, I urge you to really study people from that sign and just know that one bad experience with a person should not set a precedent on how we're going to feel about that entire zodiac sign. So it was just a lot of learning from me, the pros and cons of each sign, the shadow aspects of each sign, the good aspects of each sign. And it's been so incredible. And I find each of you fascinating and necessary in this world for your own reason. Okay, we all have something that we're meant to do. So that's awesome. And, I'm just glad that you guys have given me the opportunity to let me learn about you, reading all your stories. And sometimes I'm super behind on these comments, but, I do read all of your comments eventually. And, there's been good feedback, there's been bad feedback. And me being a Taurus, sometimes it's hard for me to take criticism, or it's hard for me to kind of change things that I do, especially if I'm set in a certain way. But even some of you that have said negative things, I've taken, I've learned from that, and it's good to see how people view things from an outside perspective, because we're all learning and we're all growing as people. And it's very important to kind of be open, okay, to feedback. Always be yourself, always do what's going to feel best for you. But, if you have more than one person telling you something, it may be something that you want to look into. So, I've learned a lot about myself with just listening to feedback from you guys. I had someone recently, and it's just something that I wanted to kind of put out there. I had someone recently that they went off on me. It was super bad, and they were just like, you're a really bad mom, you're a really bad parent, because, for those of you who have been watching me for, a few months now, I personally do not like mixing my family and tarot. Now, in terms of my parents and, my immediate family, they're super against what I do, okay, for religious reasons. They feel that tarot is really, really taboo. The history of that, guys, is when, Catholicism was kind of taking over, with the Crusades and all that. What a lot of people don't know, and I'm totally going off on a rant right now, is that there was millions and millions and millions of people killed in order to make it such a popular religion. And I think it's so amazing to have faith. But we need to know what we're talking about when we're against something. We need to really look at the history of it. The only reason why tarot, is seen as taboo for Catholicism and some other religions is because there was a point in time where they wanted to make that the prominent religion. Okay? People wanted to really spread things. And, a lot of people died because of it. And anything that wasn't, directly going to God or Catholicism or any other religions that, don't believe in tarot, it was taken away because it was seen as false prophets and just things that would keep people out of church and would keep people from, trying to have a relationship with God. Now, God is powerful. The universe is powerful. with religion, I have so many questions. I believe that there's something out there, and I believe that it's big, and I believe that it has a lot to do with where we are and who we become. But there's thousands of religions, so I always have that question of who's right, if God comes back down, who's going to die? Is it going to be the Jews? Is it going to be, Muslims? Is it going to be Catholics? So I think that religion could be extremely problematic at times because it tries to force us to be in a box. And I wasn't meant to be in a box, okay? And for those that are super against what I do, I know I'm really going off right now because I was talking about my son. Even with my mom, I told her, I'm like, I know you think that what I do is really, really bad and that, I'm playing the devil's advocate here, but have you actually ever watched any of my videos? It has a very good impact on people, whether it's a negative or good message. And with the thousands of people I've helped just this year alone, how can that be bad? And there's a lot of people that just with the stories that you guys have given me, the personal readings that I have done, you have humbled me. You have changed my life. And if I have changed your life, that in itself is very humbling for me. So, to round all of that up, I know I went on a rant there. The reason why I keep my son away from it is because I just feel like it's something very sensitive. I feel that I'm always dealing with different energies, different spirit guides and all of that. And it's just something that I don't want to force upon him. Just like religion or just like sports, you kind of have to let a person grow up and develop their own beliefs and see what they believe in and what they don't believe in. And I just don't want to shove this down his throat. And he's in Catholic school too, so you could imagine, him going into his classroom and saying, hey, my mommy does tarot on YouTube. So it's really something that I try to keep separate. And not only that, but guys, when I do readings for you or, for any of the signs, I really, really need to be focused and in the zone. So, I really, really commend, any tarot reader that can really focus and do what they have to do with the child running around going nuts. Like, I think that's amazing to be able to multitask like that. But I can't. Okay. So that's why I try to separate work and, just being a mom. But my son is fed. Okay. I love him to death. That's my best friend right there. He's over here right now just playing. So we're cool. It's not bad parenting. It's just discipline. And you guys also have to remember that I work from home. Okay. So when you have someone that's constantly home, a child thinks that you're always constantly going to be available for them. But it would be the same thing. If I had a 9 to 5 and if I was working for someone else, I would not be home. Okay. So that's something where I really just like to separate the two. So just wanted to clear the air on that, I'm not an evil parent. It's just I really need to be in the zone. I need to be focused. And my son has everything that he needs, guys. Okay, so when I'm working, I just really like to be on my own. And I really like to have the messages come through. And I think that that's why my messages can be powerful sometimes because I'm really tuned into the cards. So that's clearing that up. Now, I'm so excited for what 2018 is going to bring. And, I made this video to let you guys know that, yeah, I am a bit behind, due to the holidays, but I am catching up. I have a lot of cool stuff coming out for you guys. So just be very, very patient with me. I have people in every video like, where's this video? Or where's this video? I have never missed a sign. Okay. I have never missed a sign for any of the readings that I do. So I definitely understand the anxiety sometimes when you're waiting for, your particular sign to come out with a video. But I always get to it, guys. I always, always do. I've never forgotten. So just be patient with me. I am not a robot. I am a real person who has feelings and thoughts and a social life. And I like to drink tequila sometimes. So it's like I kind of have to take time out for myself. Okay. So this is not something I can really be pressured with in doing. But other than that, guys, the current wait time for personal readings is 10 to 14 days just because I kind of got swamped during the holidays. And I did the spread of when will you guys find, not when will you guys find love, how does that person feel about you? I just did it for every sign, and that was a hitter, okay? You guys really, really love that spread, and just in the 2 or 3 days after I released it, I have gotten more requests than I ever have. And It was so exciting, but so overwhelming. And literally overnight, it went from a 3 to 5 day wait to like a 7 to 10 day wait. And then after the next day and all the requests that came in, I'm like, crap, this is going to be a 10 to 14 day wait. So I'm not bullshitting you guys. I'm not here just making things up and trying to buy more time for myself. I'm just trying to deal with the increase in business. And, I love the fact that you guys really confide in me when it comes to things that are important for you. So just know that's the wait time right now. But after, after, family goes back home because, I had my loved ones visiting for the holidays. Once everyone's back home and once, we're all done with, what's happening this year, I will be back on track. I'll be back on my regular schedule. So in the next week or so, that time will definitely go down. I'm just, dealing with getting everything under wraps right now. And I had to hire somebody just to go through my emails. That alone is like a 3 or 4 hour process every day. So, just be patient with me. If I'm a day or two late, just, keep in mind that I'm working very, very hard. And, the majority of time that I have been spending in terms of emails and just going through it on a daily basis has been people asking, where's my reading? And I have to answer everybody individually. So I know that you guys are anxious, but when you do email me and you're waiting for a reading, it actually takes me longer to get readings out because I like to read all my emails, before I start work that day, just to make sure anything that needs to be done that day gets done. Okay, so I just like to be very efficient and make sure that I know what I have to do before I do it. So thank you guys for listening to my rant, but just a few things I wanted to clear the air about. But guys, this has been an incredible journey. I cannot thank you enough for your support. I have gotten more love from strangers than I ever have in my life. And it's just, tarot was not something I ever expected to do. But life is funny like that. And things change so drastically sometimes. And it's funny because the reason why I got into tarot is because last year at this time, right on Christmas Eve actually, I was dealing with a false twin flame. And for anybody who knows the twin flame process, it could be very, very beautiful, but it's very, very painful as well. And, with that false twin flame, I thought that this was my life partner, and it's something that ended so, it ended, I don't want to say in a drastic way, but so abruptly, and I just didn't see it coming, and it broke my heart. Just imagine having everything that you feel that you needed or wanted, and then one day it just gets ripped out of your life, and I never heard from this person again. I had no explanation as to why it ended. Later I found out why. But that heartbreak was the best thing that ever happened to me. I was on YouTube and I was just scrolling through certain videos because I've always been, interested in my horoscope. So I'm like, all right, what's going to happen for Taurus in, December or January? Because I just wanted to see, is he going to come back? Is he going to come back? Is he going to come back? And I was so obsessed with, is this person going to come back to me, that, after a month or two straight, guys, I wasn't even working. I was just home watching tarot videos on YouTube all day. By the end of that, when people would pull out certain cards, I'm like, oh, I know what that means. Oh, I know what it means. It even got to the point where there was somebody that I watched, and it's funny because they promote themselves as the most accurate person, in terms of readings, but they had pulled out some cards, and I'm like, oh yeah, those cards is exactly my story. Okay, but when they describe the cards, I'm like, oh no, they didn't describe it well. And this is me, I had never done tarot, and I'm correcting somebody who does it as a profession. So that's when it kind of hit me. Lissette, if you feel that you can explain it better, and you feel that there's a message out there that you want to give people, why not try it? So guys, I literally bought a deck, and here it is. This is my first deck, guys. This is the first thing that I bought. And if you guys look at this, these cards, oh my god, they really have their use. They've really been used quite a bit. And for a month, guys, I immersed myself. Okay, I immersed myself, and I learned how to fluidly, read tarot. And literally a month after you know, me just playing around with the cards, doing readings every day for like different people in my family and all of that. I'm like, okay, I feel like I know this well enough, you know, in order to start a channel. So I did that, and I changed my life, and it was a very, very fast change. And, you know, I went from being extremely depressed, you know, having a negative bank account, living with my parents, you know, not having a car or, you know, anything that I felt I needed to be independent. It was it was the worst time of my life, honestly, guys. And I have my own place now. You know, my son is in private school. He has everything that he needs. I remember last year for Christmas, I had to, it's embarrassing, but I had to go to the dollar store. That's where his gifts came from. So this year, you know, to just be able to get him everything that I feel that he deserves, you know, I almost cried, because it's just like I was finally able to get him everything that he needs. Life could change so fast, so fast. So it's just been such an incredible journey, and oh my God, I'm so grateful. And it's just like this time last year, I was in so much pain, and I just felt like life would never get better. And here I am a year later with everything I thought I'd never have. So if there is anything crazy that you guys are going through, you know, it's for a reason. It's going to build you to something. I tell you guys over and over and over again that when something bad happens, it's because something so big is coming into your life. If I never went through that experience, you know, if I never went through that immense pain, or I was literally, you know, the moment I woke up, it was just, you know, instant pain. And it was like that for 3 months straight. Like I couldn't eat. I was a hot mess. And, you know, I was self-medicating. It was literally a blur. You know, there's so many nights that I don't remember. I've had full-blown conversations with people that I don't even remember. Okay, so that's how bad things got for me. But it was the best thing that ever happened to me. So keep hope. If you guys don't have everything that it is that you want, if you feel like you're going through something tough, it's because there's something that you're meant to do. It's because there's a different path that you're supposed to be on, and the universe loves you, and it wants the absolute best for you. And anything that you want in life, as long as you focus on that positive change and not on the problems that brought you to where you're at, you will get everything that you want. Okay, so whatever it is that you're focused on is what's going to come into your life, guys. And that's really a message that I want you guys to bring into the new year with you. All right, if you focus on heartbreak, if you focus on not being able to afford things, or not being able to find love the way that you need it, you're going to see these problems reoccur and reoccur and reoccur. But if you just wake up one day and decide, you know what, I'm worth it, and I want more for myself, and I want better things in life, that's when it starts coming to you. The universe is so abundant, and it will give you what's on the forefront of your mind. Okay, so always focus on moving forward. Always focus on building yourself. Always focus on that new chapter. Take what you learned from the past, because every painful experience we go through is to teach us something. And remember, you know, when someone really hurts you, or when things don't go your way, that's the universe's tool, okay, to guide you the right way. So try not to be too resentful or vengeful, you know, towards these people, because people who hurt you, it's because they're hurt. It's because they're lost. It's because there's things going on in their lives that they don't, you know, that they can't get through in a positive way. Because if someone is good, if somebody is conscious of what they're doing, and they have a certain set of, you know, if they have a certain morality to them, they're going to, you know, be able to reflect that upon your relationship with them, whether it be a friend, a lover, a parent. So the best thing I want to leave you guys off with is always follow your heart. Always follow what's going to put you in a higher vibration. Okay? And don't be afraid to challenge yourself, okay? Because change and bad circumstances, it's going to morph you into who you have to be. It's going to give you the backbone that you need in order to step out in this world, you know, and really take it by the horns. So I love you guys so much. I thought this was going to be like a 2-minute video, but see, this is how I get in my zone. I just talk. But I love you guys. Thank you for your constant support. Thank you for seeing me through this journey. Thank you for your comments, whether they have been good or bad, because, you know, I'm fascinated to see the minds of others. But I hope that 2018 is very prosperous and beautiful for everybody, and that we find love and finance, you know, in a way that's going to be very beneficial towards us, okay? Have an amazing new year, guys. And again, anything that you need, I'm always here for you. Now, all the information about readings and anything that you guys might need in terms of readings, I will put in the description. So just read the whole thing, and, you know, everything is there. I love you guys. Happy New Year. Take care.